Hello, my Star Atlas family. It is I, or me, the MetaVerse Explorer. I'm going to keep you updated on what's happened in Star Atlas this week. The last video performed really well. About 1.5k people watched that video, so thank you very much. Not much has happened since, but we have gotten some new ship drops that are coming very soon. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things this episode. We're going to talk about the ship prices, of course, the club's pit stop, which is a tool for you to be more efficient in your refueling and sending your ships out on the same mission. And then we're going to talk about the new ships being dropped, right? There hasn't been many other updates, but as always, I do one video a week, so keep you guys updated. So let's get to it. All right, so we are going to look at first the ships that they're going to be mentioning. So let's have a look at it. We have 4 ships: the Calico Medtech, the Busan Thrill of Life. The third is the Opal Bitboat, which I think looks pretty cool. And then we have the Visa's Ballad. So let's stop that right there. Let's look at the Calico Medtech, right? This is the brochure, and let's type in Medtech, and let's see, Calico Medtech. It is a small ship. It's going to be a small rescue, and that is the picture that we see right there. It is a small rescue ship, so it's going to be around the $1,000 range, maybe about the $900 range, depending what we'll see. The next thing is the Busan Thrill of Life, which is that one. It looks pretty cool. Let's have a look at that. Thrill. And that is a small fighter, so that's around the $900 range as well. Think about it, maybe a bit more expensive than the EOP, which is now currently trading at a really ridiculous price, well below what it's worth, to be honest. And then we have the Bitboat, the Opal Bitboat, which is the picture that we see in this one right here. I was very concerned about this because I wanted to see a really well done image of it, because you can see the aspect ratio of this is not well done. But we can look at the Bitboat. Where is that going to be? Opal Bitboat is a medium to large ship, and it's probably going to be a maybe a larger ship on the transport side. So it doesn't actually look like a transport vehicle, does it? It doesn't look like a transport vehicle. It looks more like a fighter vehicle or like a racing vehicle, like an Opal Jet. But no problems. That's how it looks. I love the Opal feel though. It's like a futuristic techie, kind of like glamorous techie, right? And then we have the Visa's Ballad. So the Ballad is, let's have a look. The Ballad is a capital class. Okay, that's going to be $25,000 at a minimum. Can you afford this ship? I certainly can't. Absolutely not. But that's pretty cool. So we got 4 ships coming very soon. The Calico Medtech, I am definitely getting the Medtech myself because I'm a big fan of the rescue ships. There's only 2 of them, I think. The Calico, the big one, the rescue one, I forget what his name is, and then Calico Medtech. So I'm definitely getting a Calico Medtech, and it's more within my range. But at the same time, like I keep telling everyone, I'm not going to be buying it with my USDC. I'm just going to be using my Atlas, change some of my other ships, and buy the Medtech when I can. I'm not going to be using any more USDC until I can see some very hard proof of work from the team for the game, to be honest. All right, so those are the ships. Let's have a look at the pit stop, which everyone seems to be talking about at the moment. So everyone knows the club, right? The club is one of the biggest guilds in Star Atlas. They have made a tool called the Score Pit Stop. You can access it yourself on pitstop.theclubguild.com. Now, I'm not telling you to use this. I'm just trying to explain to you what they're doing, okay? Use this with caution if you are going to use it, because you never know what's going to happen. This is not done by the Star Atlas team. This is done by a DAC, a guild outside of Star Atlas. So what does it actually do for you, right? What it does is you can select all of your fleets in your ship. So first off, is you log in with your Phantom wallet, okay? You log in with whatever wallet you're using. It scans all the ships within your wallet, and then it sees what it can do for them. At the moment, you can claim all of your rewards, because in Star Atlas currently, you'll have to claim each of them individually, right? You go here, claim reward, go here, claim your reward. But in the pit stop, you can claim all of them in one go. So what does that do? It just batches the transactions for you, because to claim this is one transaction. To claim that is another transaction. So the pit stop just batches all your transactions in one. So you just only need to click it once. Now, this is a very easy thing that Star Atlas could have done themselves, and they're probably going to be implementing soon, because people have multiple ships at the same time. They don't want to refuel every single one of them. They just want to click refuel all and claim all. So much easier, right? What else did they do? So you can look at the state of your supplies. They scan your wallet to see how much you have, just like Star Atlas does. And you go in and you can select how much you want to refill your ships by. You can do a full tank resupply, an optimal supply, urgent only, which is to give you a few more hours, and critical supply. Okay. You can buy supplies whenever it's low, your supplies are low. It calculates the exact number of supplies you need for your ship, and then it goes and buys those supplies for you. When it comes in, you can click resupply by clicking on what you want to resupply. You want to resupply all 5 ships, and then you click resupply, and that's it. It batches all those transactions for you. So I'm going to do it now. You'll see. No, you can't actually see. There's too many transactions. I'm going to cancel that. But when it comes up, you can see transaction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's trying to get all of these resources filled into the transaction that you want to send. Now, should you use this? If you're short on time and you don't have a lot of funds, I think it's not too bad to use this. I'm not endorsing this. This is not my product. I don't know the guys who made this. Is just a tool out there, right? It's something on the internet. Okay, so be very, very careful with this. I myself am not going to use it. My reason is that it's not that hard for a smart IT guy to inject some code into the UI here, so that as soon as you click this, right, it's going to generate a transaction. We don't bloody know what that transaction is. You don't know what that transaction ID is. It's just got a whole bunch of words and letters in it. For all we know, that transaction could be to unstake your NFTs, send it to that wallet, send it to his wallet, right? We won't be able to tell until it's too late. And once it's in that wallet, it's gone. You can't do anything about it. Okay? So for me, the amount of time it takes for me to claim all and then to resupply all is about 2 minutes, maybe a minute and a half. Is that really worth it, exposing yourself to a third-party application where there is an opportunity for someone to take advantage? Okay, I don't know the coders who made it. It might be super secure. I'm not fighting the club. I'm just saying, be super, super careful. Is it actually worth it? Okay, do you know what is actually being implemented on the UI here? What codes, what transaction IDs have been sent? What's being broadcast in the network? Because remember, this is blockchain. Once it's gone, it's gone. Okay, is it really worth it? For me, it's not. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to talk more about it. Feel free to use this website if you want. It does save you a bit of time, but I'm super happy with the Star Atlas one. And to be honest, I think they're going to be implementing this very soon in the next score that comes out, or what do you call it? Scream. When Scream comes out, all of this will be like just little user interface improvements. The pit stop might become irrelevant then. Well, but it's still good. Good initiative from them, to be honest. All right, so let's move on. All right, so let's look ahead and look at some of the ship prices at the moment, because that's what everyone really cares about, right? The prices of their assets and what's happening to them. You can still earn from your assets. You're currently earning around 62% for a Finball Airbike, going down to 60% for the Opal Jet, and the Finball Bios EOP is about 58%, 56%, even though people are selling them. These are ridiculously underpriced prices for what they were initially worth, right? People have bought this for the price they were worth, or about $800, and they're selling them for $500. Why are people doing that? And should you be buying it yourself? This is the question, right? Do you still believe that Star Atlas is on the way to deliver what they're supposed to be delivering? Do you think maybe not? It's time for you to sell your assets at a significant loss and cash out while you still can, right? It's called the sunk cost fallacy. If you think just because something's gone down, you should keep doubling up until you get a good entry, just in case in the meantime that it actually does what it's intended to do. The sunk cost fallacy is real. Do not fall victim to it. If you feel like you need to exit your position in Star Atlas, you should feel free to do so. And that's the thing, no one can stop you. It is the blockchain, right? You just send your transaction and broadcast it and done. At the same time, there are other people like myself who feel like, yeah, I still want this ship. I see them. I see the showroom that they delivered, and even though it's a few months late, and I still feel the amount of information they're giving us that they are still on track to deliver. Maybe not in the same time frame that we're thinking, but for me, I'm still going to be purchasing ships, right? So for me, this is my dream. I'm able to buy these ships at a significant discount than what I would be otherwise spending them on. That being said, you can look at the Solend rates, Star Atlas pool. Remember, you can be lending and borrowing Atlas and Polis in the Star Atlas pool on Solend. So currently you can lend your Atlas for 12.31% and people are borrowing it and paying 23%. Polis, you can lend it for 6.6%, and you can use your USDC. So all of this stuff is kind of what they would say leverage. So be careful with this, because when you supply something and the price of that fluctuates heavily, as it could, because if they come out with a giant announcement or something and the price shoots up, then you get liquidated, you lose a portion of your rewards. So you can use these facilities if you understand what you're doing. Alternatively, you can just single side lend it. So if you're going to lend it, there's no point lending it on Solend for 12.31%, where you can actually lend it on Francium for 48 or 49%, right? That's a really good return, 49%. But is 49% the same amount that you would get on some of these ships? Okay, you could be getting 60% on an Opal Jet. So technically, is your Atlas working effectively when you're lending it for 48%, or when you have a ship that's going to be giving you a 61% APR, right? That means you'll have a slightly illiquid asset, such as an Opal Jet, but it's still printing you a lot more Atlas than what you're lending. Does that make sense? So that's about it. That's all I had to cover this week, this episode in Star Atlas. There hasn't been much else. I'm expecting a town hall in the next week. I assume they will have some small announcements to give out to us. But in the meantime, stay safe. Don't use leverage. Just be careful out there, guys. What was this one? What was this one? I don't remember the ship. Which one was this? I forget. If you know what the name of the ship is, reach down below. And we'll just watch this again. So good. So good, right? So clean. I wanted someone to look at the FPS on the right-hand side to see if they could spot anything. Well, they did have some frame rate drops just like there, but that's expected. Look at the shadows. Look at the gleam. So nice. They haven't done much work on the interior, you can see. It's mostly dark, but you can see some grading of it. It needs a bit more work, to be honest. A bit more color. It's all black. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate your time. Ciao for now.